before we get into anything, did we get enough likes on that Nevada video, or are we calling it a night right now?
I haven't checked I didn't check any of the analytics on the videos from today. I usually do that like after a day or two. Pete's the first in the house. Cash Games is here. Hit the thumbs up button on the way in. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good reminder, Raf. All right, the date is November 25th, 2019. And this is the SMT podcast. But we're kind of doing it unannounced, out of nowhere, kind of random. But I feel like it's the type of night that maybe deserves a live stream because of the events of today.
I got accepted for a publication.
So because of that, we will celebrate Pete's achievement, and we'll also celebrate, if you're pro mergers, the positive merger news today.
Or if you're against the merger, the negative merger news.
So you're either clapping your hands or grinding your teeth.
Your dentist likes the teeth grinding.
Madbird, good to have you on. Cash Games, good to have you on as well. Rafi, thanks for holding it down tonight on the moderating side. I'm sure, Pete, you'll be popping in there and doing a little moderating yourself.
When required.
All right, so we got Tech Boner. He's in the house. We got, trying to get to the roll here. We got Sean Robb is here. Ronald is in the house. Good to have you guys on. Joe is here. Tim, what's happening? Good to have you on. Ruth is in the house. Bill is here. We'll definitely do that for you tonight, Bill. Thanks, Raph. Appreciate you. Good day, Sean. Appreciate you being here tonight. He called us gentlemen. How nice. You know that ain't true.
Yeah, I work for a living.
Ronald, good to have you on, man. Salvador is here. Good old Sal is in the house. Luis, not much, my friend. Good to have you on. Little boy, what's happening? Abraham, good to have you on, sir. He's opening the floodgates. If all the states flip minus New York and California, will the merger still go through? It looks bad. It's, when a judge is looking at it like, okay, so all the states want it except 2? What's their opposition that the other states don't have? So what is it?
Especially if T-Mobile lets more states give build up unions to protect the state workers.
That's what's interesting is a lot of people are gonna pour it on New York and California, right, Pete?
Yep. I personally think the biggest news was the union protections for Nevada.
We're going to talk about every single concession that they got, which I'm very, very glad to see a couple of them. There's a couple major ones. And I think other states can follow suit with that. But let me just say this. I think the ball is in the New York and California Attorney General Court. They can get a lot out of this because they know, and T-Mobile knows, that they want to settle. So they can get what they want. If what they want is just to block the merger, they're not getting that. But anything else they can have. Any concession, any regulation, any protection, any consumer, regulatory concession, things that they can enforce, they can create it, and I think T-Mobile will sign off on it.
Yep.
Ruth is happy. Eddie's happy as well. Good to have you on. Man, there's a lot of people here already. Nerds, Tom, what's up? Jihad, good to have you on.
How do we
Brandon.
have 66 watching on a Monday?
I know, Braveheart, what's going on? Maybe we should skip the Sunday and do the Monday. Brock, what's going on? Eddie? The dominoes are falling. Indeed they are, nerds. Indeed they are. Delon, good to have you on. Blaine, what's happening? K-Deuce, Bruce, Mark, good to have you on. Thank you for stopping by. Rhino, Shane, Mav, defecting.
What do those symbols mean?
Hand to the forehead, I think.
I don't know.
What's up, Scott? Most of everybody didn't think Texas would flip. I did. Pete, didn't you think they would flip?
Yep.
Ronald says New York and California need to chill. Obed. What's up, Tom? Good to have you on. Letitia, she's tripping, bro. Yeah, bro. She's blocking everybody on Twitter. She hates my guts, bro. 75 in the live. Good to have you guys on. If you could please like this video on the way in and do say hello to Pete and the SMT. Bored at work. Good to have you on, Camilo.
So I got some silly comments
Mad Dub?
regarding
Madbird just switched over to T-Mobile. Good to have you on, man. Welcome to the good side, huh? What's up, Joe? Glad you could be here tonight, man. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to the community.
Got some observations against the anti-competitiveness and Altice wireless they'll be sharing at some point.
From what I understand, Altice is not being very transparent about their network access.
Nope, but they said they would not be. They would be postpaid priority on the Sprint network. So if you have somebody who carrier service at $20,
right,
that is on new T-Mobile and AT&T, you have a legit nationwide competitor.
Well, I think, tech boners speak into that. When you look at competition, I mean, that's what we want. We want legitimate options. We don't want, half network operators. We want the real deal.
I mean, New Jersey, based on market, you have access to 4 or 5 network operators. They shouldn't be suing over lack of competition.
There's a couple of problems. There's a couple of problems with the merger when it comes to competition that I'd like to see change, Pete.
Yeah.
I really don't want to see Dish. Oh, you know what? Let me just say this, actually. This is all Sprint's fault. Can we agree on that, Pete?
I've been saying that since I started being on the podcast.
Yeah.
And my stance hasn't changed.
Everything that's going on right now is all because of Sprint. It's all their fault. So I want to start the podcast by saying all of this complications, all of this merger business, it's all Sprint's fault. So let's just start there. And actually, by the end of the show, I'm going to say it like 17 times. So every 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to remind you guys, this is all Sprint's fault.
In the chat, put a 1 if you agree it's Sprint's fault, and do a thumbs up as well.
You got it, Camilo. No problem. Annette, good to have you on. Switching to T-Mobile. We made the switch. Pete's still mad about his 9 weekend minutes from AT&T. Arcelia, good to have you on.
My neighbor, who's going to be a new T-Mobile customer, is happy with new T-Mobile. And he, too's pissed off at AT&T for nights and weekends.
I'll tell you what, David. Even though you don't have T-Mobile, and for the longest I didn't either, I was always intrigued. I always thought, this is the carrier to keep tabs on because it affects every carrier. So they're the only one making noise. They're the only one making moves. I mean, what do we know about Verizon other than the fact that they're messing up 5G?
Oh, you get unlimited 4K streaming at 10K Knicks seats. That's what we know about Verizon.
Bro, here's the problem. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I recommend it. I tweet at Letitia James at least twice a day to remind her to do her job.
So I think I'm going to start tweeting the New Jersey Attorney General. I don't know who Governor Murphy appointed. But
chances are it's a Democrat, right?
Doesn't matter. I was born there. They should make me feel proud for my state. I mean, it already has a leg down. It's New Jersey.
Bro, you got a whole lot of thumbs up, Pete, with ones, bro. I don't know what you did.
I said, these people all agree that
Troy?
This hullabaloo is Sprint's fault.
Man, we got 100 in the live. Big ups to the live chat. Big shout out to everybody that's here watching. If you could please like this video on the way in and do say hello to the SMT and Pete. And if you're watching this on the replay, big shout out to the replay crew. Pete, should I just jump in with all of the things from today and then we can go from there?
Let's dive in on the deep end. Let's stop treading water in the kiddie pool.
All right, here we go. Announcement 1, which the news became available to me around like 10:30, 11 a.m. The Texas Attorney General made an official settlement with T-Mobile. What this does is this, explicitly removes Texas from the block. Initially, they were part of it. I don't think they were ever truly attached to it. I think the plan the whole time was to see how it played out, and then they could kind of switch whenever the timing was right. So, as of right now, Texas has been flipped. They are on the side of the merger. They did so by making a couple of deals. So, I think it's Ken Paxton.
Yep.
Is the name of the Attorney General. He's settled. He now supports the merger. What he wanted to do was he was looking for a couple of things. His stipulations that he wanted no price hikes for 5 years, which I think T-Mobile is going 3.
I think the FCC concession could go 5, and I think T-Mobile could justify 5.
So we don't know if it's the standard 5 or if they want an additional 5, but that's what was said.
If it's additional, that's bigger than just extending 2.
Right. Right. So we like the sound of that if it's an additional 5 years. The second piece was rural Texans getting accelerated 5G network access within the next 6 years. So to me, that means they want 600 megahertz getting rolled out on a massive scale.
It's happening already, so they get their leg in the pool.
Yeah, so that's what we saw from Texas. And of course, that was the big fish that we knew T-Mobile wanted that they could get, because they're not getting New York and they're not getting California to flip. Now, the next big announcement came from Nevada. Now, this one is loaded. So what we'll do, Pete, is we'll name them, and then we'll just dissect each one. All right, so Nevada's gone. They flipped. They are now pro-merger. They have removed themselves from the block. The Attorney General for Nevada, Aaron Ford, officially announced today a settlement with the Magenta carrier. That takes the block from, it was 15 at the start of the day to now 13 states, right?
Does that include DC?
12 states in DC.
13 states.
Okay, so
if you've ever
13
been
states
to DC, they're trying to not get vetoed by Congress for full statehood because they have a larger population than Vermont and Wyoming and
right. Oh, that's combined. A very powerful. Yeah, it's a powerful entity. Stipulations for Nevada are loaded. All right, so their emphasis is heavy 5G rollout for the state, a low price rate that's locked in for plans, and really important job commitments. There's also a mention of specialized broadband program access for students and low-income residents, as well as additional philanthropic contributions. So that's the 3 main areas. Now let's...
there was a 4th.
What did I miss?
Union protections.
We're going to talk the union stuff. Okay, that's true. Let's first start with the 5G access. This is the easy part. I think T-Mobile, regardless of the merger, was going heavy with 5G on low band, so it didn't matter. But they're like, okay, well, we'll just make sure that if we have agreements with you, we're going to do your states first. That's kind of my impression on it, right?
Hey, I'm on the boat for Colorado getting 5G on 60,000 miles.
So what they're saying is, here's the percentage, and this sounds similar to what Colorado got. The percentage for Nevada, they want 64% of the state covered with 5G within 3 years of merger close, and within 6 years, they want 94%.
Now, if you know anything about the military's history,
the
federal lanes of Nevada, those numbers may seem a little interesting.
Yeah, where's that 6%?
Most likely it's where the government shot nuke craters into the landscape.
So the remediation efforts that are going on there, if there are any, they're not happening soon enough. So it looks like they will not be deploying 5G over there.
Yep.
Low pricing for plans. They're getting 6-year eligibility on the Connect plan, which, if you remember, Pete, that was the $15 2 gig with the half gig upgrade annual.
Does that mean they'll end up at 8 gigs after that time?
It's a half gig every year. So the $25 5 gig, yeah, and then the $25 5 gig, again, every year that you're on it, an extra additional half a gig. $25, bro. Where do you get that? I'd have that just for kicks, bro. Just to have an extra line, you know?
Well, if you didn't have a postpaid business.
The broadband access is interesting. They are all in on the Project 10 million. So to me, it sounds like they will probably look to lock that in for additional time for an extended window or whatever.
Yep.
Nevada residents, I mean, they're pretty well represented thus far in these concessions, Pete, for connectivity.
Oh, yeah. Personally, I think that digital divide internet should be, 12 years per household who is in the unfortunate situation to take advantage of that.
Tech Boner, we're going to talk about if we think that these are realistically and they can be achieved. Me personally, I say yes, and I'll explain why kind of at the end. I think some will be easier than others, but to me, the 5G stuff is easy.
To me, and I'll get to this at the end, the 96 might be a little rough.
Yeah, we'll talk about that number.
Oh, 94.
94, yeah. Keep it going down a little bit. Let's try to get it down to about 88, 85.
That's more realistic.
Yeah. In terms of Nevada residents and jobs, all T-Mobile and Sprint employees will receive a job offer with the new T-Mobile. They will receive options in comparable wages and duties.
No retraining.
Right. And even if maybe somebody does need retraining, if they're not so good, something tells me there's some T-Mobile employees that are doing T-Mobile stuff better than Sprint. They're going to need they're going to be changing some policies, I'm sure. So, they're going to there's going to be a small learning curve for some of the pre-existing Sprint customer care agents. They're basically going to have to be told to stop lying.
No copy pasting on your chats.
Right. Expect call centers and customer experience centers to be built in Nevada. I'm not sure how many, but something tells me they'll have one in
Maybe
Vegas. They'll have another one in like Henderson or something outside of Vegas. Whatever.
Probably one in Reno and one in Vegas.
Cool. That's cool.
Keep in mind there aren't many cities they could put call centers in because 70-something% of Nevada is federal land.
David P., it's good to have you on. Glad you could stop by. The unionization is kind of good. So the new T-Mobile will be unionized in Nevada. I don't know if that should be restricted to Nevada. I'd like to see that go national.
Yeah, I want to see it go national.
I don't see how it helps anybody to only be protected
in one state.
In one state. So I'd like to see that same union offer in Mississippi, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, even New York, even though Letitia's there. Let's help them out because we care about the people. We don't care about her per se.
Hey, what would CWA do, say, in New York if T-Mobile says, yeah, everybody who works for us can join that union?
All right, well, we'll take your union dues and welcome aboard.
Yeah, tell her to, shut up.
So the unionized labor protection is really nice. I like the sound of that. Coming from a person who's a school teacher, who is a part of a union, and I can appreciate that move. The paid apprenticeship program seems really interesting, Pete.
I've never heard that as a concession.
So they're going to have a paid apprenticeship program, which is basically a grooming program. They're going to hand select like 5 to 15 individuals for upper management positions moving forward, like on the executive side. So getting people into those chief executive positions, like how we've seen Mike Sievert kind of get groomed along over the years, and some of these
positions.
Right. But yeah, so to me, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing though is I think T-Mobile's on that anyways. So, but
Yeah.
are they saying we're going to do the program out of Nevada? Then that makes it specific to that state. And to kind of wrap things up, this is kind of interesting. I don't know if I was impressed, but I was happy to see it. I'm a man of the people, Pete. You are as well. Okay. The philanthropic contributions, $30 million will be basically given away. It has to be given in 3 equal increments. So if they decide to do 10 million, 10 million, 10 million, that's the way they've got to distribute that.
Yep.
It is going directly towards supporting the investment and infusion and micro lending into small businesses and female startups. And
that sounds complicated.
I think what they're basically saying, Pete, is if you're focusing on small businesses, the money spreads out more.
It does.
And if you're focusing on women, then it creates balance in those small businesses. Because
I think statistically most people who run small businesses are men.
So that should help a little bit with the even distribution of those dollars. And again, what's 30 million to Deutsche Telekom? That's lunch.
Some lunches, yeah. If you get together their internet, their cloud provider, business, and their their phone business in all of Europe, I could see 30 million euro being spent in an hour.
I'm a little hesitant to talk about the broadband situation in Nevada. I wish that Carlos was available because Carlos knows Vegas really well.
Where is Carlos?
That would be nice because he could tell us about the broadband options in Nevada.
Do you know where he is?
Couldn't tell you. He's an elusive man.
Let me see if I can message him real quick.
We'll see. Maybe he could speak to it. All right. So just another reminder. I said I would mention it multiple times through the podcast. This is all Sprint's fault. The fact that Sprint's failing, the fact that Sprint is basically available for purchase, the fact that they've been unable to build out a 5G network up to this point.
The fact they invested in WiMAX.
The fact that they had that horrible purchase of Nextel and they couldn't integrate the network technologies. The lack of LTE over the last decade. The enforcement of the need for CDMA and roaming agreements. It's all Sprint's fault.
Do you remember that 3G upload they offered?
I'm just saying. It's all Sprint's fault. So we just had to remind everybody. I'm going to make sure I do this again a couple more times tonight. So Sprint's fault. This is all happening. Pete, I'm telling you, I'm not joking. This is me being straight up and serious. The keys reside with New York and California right now.
Yep.
They are in a power position to get some really solid concessions and deals out of the merger. They don't have to block the merger to make this a successful attempt for them. All they have to do is do what's best for the consumer, things that can be regulated and things that can be fined, so they can hold T-Mobile to it. And actually, I want to talk a little bit about Dish, because
I'm all for being regulated and fined, because if a company steps out of bounds, they deserve to be held accountable for it.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So actually, I think Letitia James, and I think his last name is Becerra. I forget his first name, Xavier maybe? Xavier Becerra, the Attorney General of California. They're very powerful in this. So here's what I want them to do, Pete. First of all, I want them to take what Nevada did as a baseline, and I want them to take it one step further. Unionize the whole daggone thing.
I'm actually a little disappointed more states aren't on the Nevada level, because once they lock in an agreement, it's not like they can go, hey, how about we jump on the Nevada bandwagon?
They got to renegotiate. I want them to get more.
I do too.
So I want the whole shebang, nationwide, every state and territory. I want everything unionized. I want whatever they're doing in Puerto Rico unionized too.
Ooh, that'd be really nice.
I want it all unionized. So let's go unionized for national. All right. So that's one thing. And then the CWA can shut up. Letitia James can chill out and back off. Right? Everybody will be happy there.
Oh yeah.
Number 2, the job guarantees, the job protections. I want heavy fines if they can't follow through on that promise. And where does the money from the fines go to? The unemployed. So if they can't get the jobs with the wages that they're promised, they get paid for 6 months, whatever that unemployment status is. And that's where the money comes from. So T-Mobile, you don't want to pay them. You don't want to give them jobs. Here's your fines. You're paying them anyways. You might as well have given them a customer care position.
Hey, that way, lock it in.
Right.
So, yeah, you're bound to paying them what they deserve to be paid.
Number 3, the service centers, the call centers. There has to be at least a couple in each state. If the emphasis is going to be customer care, let's balance this out based on employees in a state. They should get a certain number of call centers and employment jobs. So take New York, for example. There's a lot more population. There should be multiple call centers there, right?
They already promised Rochester and Staten Island.
Right. So a couple in New York, a couple in Jersey, a couple in PA. Let's throw some in Texas. You need them represented every time zone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how we'll do that.
Personally, I enjoy the one in Lakewood, Colorado.
Well, Colorado deserves a couple of call centers. They were one of the first
in Lakewood
states
they got when they bought Layer 3.
And that turned out great. That's an excellent investment.
It's a great call center.
You've dealt with them before, Pete?
Let's see. How many times have I dealt with that one call center?
Do they tell you where they're... Oh, so that you go to the closest one?
No. First available. So it's like it goes to the first available closest. Like if I'm on hold for the minute and a half, I'm not getting something local, but I'll get something in the U.S.
What do you think of this, Pete, this idea? For the pricing guarantees, other than locking in pricing moving forward, for the first, I don't know, whatever amount of years you can make it, they have to be 10% cheaper than Verizon and AT&T. Because I feel like they're there right now. They're at about 10% less, right?
Maybe 10 or 15.
Have them maintain a 10% cheaper price point on all unlimited plans and pricing.
Does this mean cheaper unlimited 4K at the Knicks games?
I'm not going to hold T-Mobile to having unlimited 5G millimeter wave at half of the Madison Square Garden. It's just not. It's not on my radar.
So I'm wondering if the Jets game you can watch something like Marvel's Endgame on Disney Plus. It's not like the Jets are scoring touchdowns.
They had a good game Sunday. Chill out, Pete.
Nah, in general, they're pretty bad.
They are pretty bad.
So you watch the Avengers Endgame on the free Disney Plus and 4K on your smartphone in your $2,000 seat.
I mean, if the game gets real crappy, might as well, right?
Yeah.
All right, Pete. I actually want to mention Dish here. Dish concerns me. You've seen both my videos on Dish.
You only did 2?
Well, I have other ones, but the 2 that I did, 5 reasons they succeed and then 5 reasons they fail.
Yep.
I really think that Dish is not long for wireless. I really think this is legit. I think the prepaid side, the Boost, the Sprint prepaid, the Virgin, all of that, I really, really think that it needs to go up to auction. I think it needs to go up to auction. I don't think we should just be handing it to Dish. I know Dish has a lot of spectrum and it needs to be deployed, but they should be held to that regardless.
Yep.
I don't think it's a good idea for the DOJ to just say, "Hey, T-Mobile, pick your buyer." I don't think that's wise.
Nope.
So I think it should go up for auction, and I think we should let Peter Adderton in on this.
I think Peter Adderton would do a better job than Fire Mobile.
Peter Adderton has said time and time again he wants protections for low-income consumers, and he was actually true to that. That's why he started the company to begin with as Boost.
Yep.
When Boost was a disruptor, when Boost was a legitimate competitor, when they were gaining subscribers, it was him. So I would personally like to see him get on it. And if he's willing to pay more than Dish, that only helps Sprint.
Oh, yeah.
It reduces their debt. And I'm sure shareholders would be glad to have $1 billion shaved off of their debt.
Both sides would be glad.
He's willing to pay $2 billion more than Dish. What the heck? I can do math, bro. That's good.
That is good.
I feel like we need to open up the auction to some different people, especially him. If he's willing to pay more, they should accept that.
Should we allow Fire Mobile in the game?
Right, Fire Mobile.
Fire Mobile, the home of the Note 7.
Boom, boom.
Cell carrier, Fiber Mobile, don't go on this plane.
The Dish thing, also, when you look at the commitment, I don't even know if we really want them committed. We should probably want them out sooner than later. Give them an out after 3 years if they don't really want in,
Could do Trump Mobile.
Oh, God, here we go. Making CDMA great again. Here we go. Making 9G great again. Here's the thing, Pete. If Dish does bail and low-income consumers start to get pushed away or something crazy happens with Dish, T-Mobile's got to take on those low-income subscribers.
Yeah, and they need to be held to give low-income alternatives regardless of if Dish bails or not.
So T-Mobile picked Dish. That means T-Mobile takes on whatever Dish leaves as a mess.
Yep.
Seriously.
But if you think about it off the top of your head, who has pre-existing spectrum that isn't new T-Mobile? They're not using. And who wouldn't cause a mess?
The only thing I'm concerned about with Dish on that side is the fact that they've already indicated they want to get rid of 2.5 million subscribers.
Yeah, that's a little problematic.
Because that's, 20% of the customer base?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we're not going to make enough money per customers. Our ARPU is going to be too low. Bye.
There should be something saying, you know what? You can't pull an AT&T.
These customers are price locked. You can't change their plan. You are going to serve them. As long as you're a provider, you will serve them.
Yep. No pulling an AT&T.
Right. Because we have to use history as a learning experience to how we treat these carriers.
That's why we study history.
So I really think they got to auction prepaid. I think Boost, Sprint prepaid, the Virgin thing, I think that's got to go up for auction. If not, Dish has to be held accountable, and then T-Mobile is responsible for that mess, like a cosigner.
Yep. I mean, they are going to be Dish is going to be an NVMO of new T-Mobile for at least 8 years.
I don't get it. If they're not paying for the actual network access, then like, why do they care if they have low-income subscribers on their network? Like,
It's not like AT&T who has to make money off buying DirecTV.
because of the dividends, bro.
Dividends.
I'm just letting you know. I know how they are over in those boardrooms at AT&T. Randall Stevenson, dog.
Isn't he the one I call Boringer?
He's an idiot. I think Dish has to also be held to those 5G commitments.
More so than T-Mobile, because they've been sitting on spectrum for 5G longer than T-Mobile.
T-Mobile's motivated. I'm not worried about them. Dish worries me. Oh, Pete, I got to do this. I got to do this again real quick. Don't forget what you were about to say, but I got to do this. This is all Sprint's fault. Let's just remind everybody from the first moment of this whole merger thing. This goes back to 2013. This goes back to 16. This goes back to 17, 18, 19. This is all Sprint's fault.
Buying T-Mobile.
This is all Sprint's fault. The reason we're in this mess, the reason we have litigation, the reason we have merger talks, the reason we have the FCC and the DOJ involved in all this politics, this is all Sprint's fault. It's all Sprint's fault. Everything. Every political problem we have in this whole shebang, this is all Sprint's fault. It's all your fault, Sprint. Marcelo, Dan Hesse, SoftBank, all of you. Masa-san, you know, I would say konnichiwa, but that's being too nice. It's all Sprint's fault.
Kanbanwa, baka.
That's right. Straight up.
But would you say it's Sprint's fault that T-Mobile is pursuing 5G, low band 5G, like a honey badger hopped up a Mountain Dew?
If you think about it, it's Sprint's fault that T-Mobile grew so fast.
Yep.
It's Sprint's fault that Verizon's growth has been so slow.
Yep.
It's Sprint's fault that AT&T chooses to do whatever it wants.
And giving a bad example for Dish.
Easy, what's up, bro? Good to have you on, man. Thanks for stopping by. It's all Sprint's fault, everything.
By the way, Honey Badger hopped up a Mountain Dew is a line from Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. I remember that movie, bro.
Pretty good movie for Will Ferrell.
Pete, I got like 2 more things that have to happen out of the merger concessions from Letitia James and Xavier Becerra. I might like number 9 right now. I've already done 8 things. Number 9. All Sprint executives need to never, ever work in telecom ever again.
Wait, they could work in long distance,
but they can work on landline. They can work on fixed. No mobile, no wireless telecom. No Sprint executives are allowed near anything remotely resembling wireless.
If it has wireless in the title, they shouldn't touch it.
They're not allowed near it. They have to stay away like 2 miles.
Even if it's wireless baby monitors.
Nothing. They are not allowed. They are like legit. It's all their fault, bro. It's all Sprint's fault. Everything. So they're not allowed near any of this. And lastly, one more thing. Sprint has to go on a national tour, and in every market where they have 3G, they need to apologize to all the customers that they've ever screwed over or couldn't get LTE to.
And give them optional hugs from Marcelo.
I don't want a hug from that dude, bro. I want apologies.
No. He apologizes, and you get the option of giving him a hug. I don't think he likes hugs.
It's all his fault, bro. It's all Hesse's fault. It's all Masa-san's fault. It's everybody's fault that has ever come near the Sprint operation on the executive side.
Robert,
I don't blame the people. I don't blame the employees. I don't blame the people in the call centers. I don't blame the people in the stores. I don't blame any of them. Executives never, ever allowed to get a job in telecom or anywhere that's where they can make real money ever again. They have to just walk away and get normal jobs and do what everybody else is doing.
Putting on a monkey suit and making an honest buck.
Yes. They are not allowed near any executive positions. They cannot make any decisions ever in anything ever again.
Wait. So they also shouldn't be acting like AT&T.
And upcharging for 5G?
Hey, AT&T upcharges per line.
Surprise?
DJ, how's your line access fee treating you?
Pete's still mad about his anytime minutes and his night and weekends. It's all Sprint's fault, bro. All of this whole thing, all this confusion, all this politics, these attorneys general.
Deck Boner says, let them become street sweepers. Then they know how good unions are.
Right.
Those guys are unionized.
I really do hope, Pete, that a lot of these jobs can be protected for a lot of these, the people that work in retail and the people that work in customer care. I want to see a lot of that be retained. So I'm really hoping that a lot of states can get those protections.
I have a Sprint store in Longmont on Hoover, across the street from a T-Mobile store. I think that would be a perfect location for a T-Vision store with T-Mobile home internet in it.
Well, that's the thing. Those opportunities, you can sell that. Yeah, you can sell that stuff in T-Mobile stores, but you're going to need employees to sell it. Those are new products that need new specialists.
And actually, they're relabeling it T-Home. So you get
because it's going to be connected items, right?
Home.
Yeah.
So you go to the T-Home store for TV, internet, and home security. You go to the T-Mobile store, and you get the mobile network. And Robert Montoya, there are 2 Sprint stores on Main Street. What I was getting at is on Hoover, there's a T-Mobile near the movie theater and a Sprint near the Wendy's.
I do want to see the MVNOs get protected and all this too, Pete. And that's where I think Letitia James and, Xavier Becerra, I think they can get in on that with the Communications Workers of America, with that whole unionization. If we can get some of those, I don't know how you would do it, but get the MVNOs representation within the union, that would be kind of cool too.
I'd love seeing that.
I mean, that's obviously a can of worms. I don't know how you do it, but that would be sweet. What's up, Caleb? Good to have you on. It's all Sprint's fault, dude.
Oh, yeah.
They failed us, bro. They haven't been a legitimate national provider competitor in years.
They haven't been a good provider since 3G went out.
It's a shame because they're willing to give people phones basically for free. They'll give you a Note 10, a $1,100 phone for $15 a month.
Well, it's to boost their subscriber count. So
right, but I'm saying if you're willing to do that, if only your service was, legit.
Not on a different carrier.
Just ask somebody on Boost, how's their national coverage?
It's regional, isn't it?
Very.
That if I remember correctly, every time Sprint decommissions a 3G site, Boost loses service.
So it just gets worse because they're not going to be willing to give them access on a roaming carrier's network. They're not willing to pay that space, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, Tim says it right. Hey, our service is below standard, but here's a free iPhone 11 for the next 18 months.
Well, that's great if you like the iPhone 11.
What's up, KMLE? Good to have you on. All together, people. It's all Sprint's fault.
Again, if you agree with it all being Sprint's fault, give the video a like.
It's all Sprint's fault, bro. Why would anybody be clamoring for a merger if Sprint was legit?
I'd be
Nobody
against
wants-
it if Sprint
Yeah.
wasn't a regional carrier.
Nobody wants 3 carriers. Nobody wants Dish becoming the 4th. It's just gotten to the point where we're like, I mean, at what point does the market get corrected? All right, Ronald, you're right. Let's stop bullying Sprint. You're right. Nope, just kidding. Nope, we're not. It's all Sprint's fault. No, it's all Sprint's fault, bro.
Sneed, I'll stop bullying Sprint when they fix that hole in the boat. The hole keeps getting bigger and they keep sinking more.
The metaphor. That's a metaphor for y'alls.
It's going down with the boat.
You know, it's crazy because it's crazy because like there's always that handful of people that, you know, they share speed tests and they share network performance, and you see Sprint has excellent service in like certain markets, but there's just not enough of that. Like that should be happening with more frequency. There should be more cities like that. But there isn't, you know?
Indeed. Again, one of my favorite examples with Sprint is I have a professor who is a Sprint customer. He's military. And the only way you can download something from the Play Store is if he's on my T-Mobile hotspot on campus.
Pete, did we get a super chat? Did I miss anything?
I didn't see a super chat.
All right.
I got the window.
All right, let me know, because sometimes I don't see it. Like, I think Faye may have provided a super chat. Faye, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for the considerations and the donation. Thank you.
Rafi, did we miss a super chat?
Yeah, I think Faye provided the super chat. So thank you, Faye. I don't know. It just didn't show up initially or something. I don't know what it did.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, thanks again, Faye. Thank you so much. I don't like to say that Verizon is king, but I think when it comes to LTE availability, it's really hard to argue. They
do have LTE availability and 5G speeds if you're standing on the corner of States Avenue and Red Fox Boulevard.
It doesn't do anything for
me.
I've already said it doesn't do anything for me, man.
Hey, if I want fast speeds, I'll plug a direct line into my computer. But if I want reliable mobile speed, I'm good with the not millimeter wave, low band.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's all Sprint's fault. The reason Verizon is the way they are, the reason that AT&T is the way they are, it's all Sprint's fault.
Thank you for the $4, Troy. How about them Jets?
Troy, thanks, man. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Yeah, Robert, I'm afraid so. When it comes to LTE, it's really hard to argue against Verizon. In my preliminary testing of AT&T, it's really fast, and it's also, extensive amounts of LTE. But what I'll say, though, is if you don't like their business practices, if you don't like how they treat customers, T-Mobile has become a legitimate competitor. You don't have to only have AT&T and Verizon now. T-Mobile's legit.
Jump down to Harper's comment.
Arshan?
Yeah. Hey, that sounds like an easy way of resolving an issue with not having service in your area.
They legit told Arshan to just leave, bro. Wow. Because that's basically like, that's apathetic. They're basically like,
Does Verizon do hockey arenas with 5G?
Yeah, because aren't hockey arenas NBA arenas?
Oh. Is there an NBA team in Buffalo?
No, but what is it? The Buffalo Sabres?
Yeah.
That's the hockey team? I don't know what they got with hockey, but I know
There's
they do
also
definitely
Buffalo
have.
Bills. Troy.
Yeah, so they definitely have that covered.
Troy, do you get Verizon 5G in Buffalo stadiums?
Hideko, we can look at the coverage maps. We can look at the percentages of AT&T or of T-Mobile LTE. We can make an argument. There's data to suggest that T-Mobile is legitimate as a competitor. They're not as good as AT&T. They haven't been around as long.
And probably not in your market, which is in AT&T's backyard.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, like, here I am in the Cleveland area, which is a major market, and I've never thought to myself, this is unusable. I've never experienced that personally, and I've been all over Ohio. So to me, T-Mobile's come a long way.
To me, T-Mobile's come a long way, and I've used them for more than a decade.
Sprint has not come along, Pete.
They've fallen. It's like
Right,
it's like they get up and then they start tripping.
You don't go from 40, what they have, 33 million in 2011. Yeah. They went from 33, they acquired Metro, they had 43, and then they went from 43 to 83 in 7 years. They doubled essentially in 7 years.
That's actually pretty impressive.
That's very impressive. That's 1+ million subs every quarter for 7 years. There's 4 quarters in a year. That's 20.
That's about as fast as Sprint's losing customers.
Bro, Sprint's prepaid churn is 4.96%.
What's their postpaid churn?
I don't know. Isn't it like 2 something?
That's
1.1. No, it's 1.87 or something. Pete. Nobody's above like a 0.95, 0.93, 0.91. T-Mobile's at 0.87 right now.
Yep.
I remember one time there was somebody in the comment section of the Sprint earnings report video, and Sprint had a net loss of 257,000 subs. And this guy tried to correct me and said, why don't you include the 50,000 they added? Well, why don't I count the 400,000 they lost?
You said net.
Yeah, like they had a net loss of 257K. And he wanted me to talk about the 58,000 they added.
It's not adding if you lose more. It's called subtracting.
Yeah, I don't understand what he was.
When the negative number is greater than the positive number, you're in the red.
Pete, these are the things that I go through on my channel on a daily basis, bro.
Hey, I tried to help you correct them too.
I don't want to correct them. I just want them to understand what I'm reporting. That's the data. I'm not here to argue data. We can argue the things that deserve argument, but that's not something to argue.
This is all Sprint's fault.
This is all Sprint's fault, bro.
We can argue that.
Yeah, argue that. I mean, I personally think it's factual. I don't think there's room for argument. What's up, TK? Good to have you on, bro. Like, what if I framed it for him as money? So you make $50,000 and you spend $450,000. Like,
then you give me $450,000. You're down $400,000, and I'm happy,
bruh. Like, math is easy.
I don't
It's
even
all-
consider that math.
Bro, Pete, the reason we're having this discussion, it's all Sprint's fault, bro.
Yep. Now, mind you, I don't consider 450,000. No, 50,000 minus 450,000 math. I call that elementary arithmetic.
Bro, you don't want to engage Ricky from Florida Keys, bro. Don't do it. Bro, you're going down in a rough way.
Yeah, I don't talk to him about carrier coverage.
I ask him questions, he gives me answers, and I go, yes, sir.
Those are some solid answers.
Sprint has been diarrhea for years. Oh, good. We're resorting to bowel movement analogies, bro.
And this is all because Sprint, when it unionized, decided to use WiMAX and bought an incompatible CDMA band.
And now Maverick's gonna get mad at me because he's gonna say I'm biased. You know, he's in a team. Mav, don't get mad, bro. This is all Sprint's fault.
So, Boo, I got a question for you.
Or for who?
Sneed. Got a question for you. Sorry. Brain fart. What prepaid AT&T carrier are you using? MVMO.
I'm going to review the service in 2 weeks. Once I finish my full round of testing, and then I'll do all the coverage. I just don't want to spoil anything. So, so far so good. You know, I don't want to get into much of the details. I'm impressed by a couple of things. There's a couple things I'm bummed out about. You know how I feel about video resolution, and you know what the carriers provide us.
How much premium data do they give you?
It's a 22 soft. So, you know, it's the standard premium rate, whatever that. It's like Verizon and AT&T. That seems to be their thing.
I don't like premium data. I think all data should be treated equally.
So M. Garcia, I mean, I know this was a burning question and you need an answer very badly. And I don't want to keep you from the truth, but it's all Sprint's fault, bro. It's all Sprint's fault.
We got a super chat from Ronald, and if Maverick wants to counter it, it's at least that much.
I'll tell you what. If somebody gives me a super chat more than $5 and wants me to compliment Sprint, I will do it. But it's got to be a super chat better than that from Ronald.
How's it going, Jessica?
Oh, hey, Jessica, to have you on. Scott says Sprint trying to throttle my Verizon speeds to 144p. Oh, God. And I will be honest, though, it's not just
that's the lack of competition.
Video. It's not just Sprint that throttles video. They're guilty of it. T-Mobile's guilty of it. It needs market correction, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the lack of competition by Sprint makes it harder for the market to be corrected.
Good to have you on, Jess. Okay, so M. Garcia didn't hear me. Mark, it's all Sprint's fault. You like how I did that little thing at the end?
Oh, yeah.
All carriers are worst about video. Yeah, I can't stand it, man. Like, I just want 3 or 4 megabits per second so I can get 1080p.
Give me consistent 1080p streaming.
That's all I want, man. And I don't think I should have to pay extra to get 1080p. My phone is Quad HD, so you'll sell me a Quad HD device that I can only get 720p on. Thank you for nothing. Troy with the $6 super chat, but he didn't tell me to compliment Sprint.
No
roast. Oh, Ronald says roast.
So
all right, man.
we just upped the bear limit for complimenting Sprint. It is now $10.01.
It's all Sprint's fault. But let me just say this: Sprint's band 41, their 2.5 is amazing, bro.
It's like drinking a fine cognac.
Wherever they have band 41, it's magic, bro.
It's like long, relaxing walks on the beach, a picturesque French Alp, a fine wine. It's band 41.
So, Tim, it is Sprint's fault. Ronald, we could roast Sprint all night. And then Troy, yeah. Big shout out to Sprint for being a part of the merger, I guess.
Yep. It's all their fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all their fault. I know I tried to get to all the super chats as best as I could, you know.
Did we miss Sprint's fault?
I hope Maverick understands that it's nothing personal. I like Maverick. He's a nice guy. In fact, I appreciate the intellectual conversation that he offers, but it's hard for me to stand behind all those things that Sprint has done over the course of the last 15 years. Faye, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Going straight to Yasmin's college fund. Even the compliments are dripping with sarcasm.
Hey, I like my fine cognacs.
Yo, Pete, make me a banana cognac.
I need some bananas.
Thank you, Faye. Appreciate you. And thank you to Tim and Ronald,
Troy.
Yeah, thank you guys for your donations. Appreciate you very much. Pete, let's open it up. I know we're an hour in. My goal was to be on here for an hour, but we like to have it open. We like to hear the pulse of the people. See what they're.
We've been getting some pulses.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I do like Robert 66. When you think about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carrier aggregation with a lot of band 66, that's some really, really good speed. That's where you start to get the 3s, the 4s, the 500 megabits per second. Throw in some low band 5G and you got yourself amazing latency with really fast speeds. And of course, with DSS, dynamic spectrum sharing, all this is possible.
Let's get Carlos in here and ask him about Las Vegas.
Have you seen Carlos?
Yeah, he said, "What up? Sorry I'm late."
What's up, Carlo? Good to have you on, bro. Bro, we needed your help a little bit earlier. We were talking about Nevada kind of ditching and abandoning the T-Mobile Sprint merger block and then getting on the side of the merger, getting some really nice concessions and deals for Nevada residents. And one of the initiatives that we see in there is this attention to broadband in Nevada. Robert says he loves Mirno, or is that Mimo?
Mimo. Multi in, multi out.
Gotcha.
Friendly Neighborhood Blue Shell gave us a super chat. We have a Mario Kart fan in the house.
Okay, so the Friendly Neighborhood Blue, what was the last word?
Shell. It's a Mario Kart reference. It's a shell that always is the lead racer.
All right, let's talk about this question here. It says, are band 66 and band 71 important for the new T-Mobile? Yes.
Yes.
But I want to amend your question because the band 71 is specifically LTE right now. Starting in December, that same spectrum, 600 megahertz, will be 5G ready. So the band 66 is your really, really fast LTE. And then the 600 megahertz will be the game-changing low-band 5G that gets the states covered. The U.S. is big, Pete. We need the low band going. This is how you do it. What would I recommend for a flagship user? If money's not a thing, if it's an Android device,
I like this device.
Yeah, but Pete, I can't recommend the new Pixel.
No, I can't recommend the 4.
Yeah, and you can get a good deal on it. You're probably going to get it for half the price it was last year.
get 300. You get 300 off at the moment in the T-Mobile store for Pixel 3 XL. Also,
honestly, I would recommend like the Samsung Notes and stuff like that. And I would tell him next month in December. Actually, it's like 2 weeks away. Go ahead and get you that Note 10 Plus 5G and get access to T-Mobile's 5G.
Or the One Plus. Also, if you're interested, Carlos can jump on voice only while driving.
Okay. All right, I'll set him up.
Hey, Ricky, what's wrong with the Pixel? It has a good launcher. No bloatware.
Maverick, I don't know if I want to speak too much about Band 25. I really don't like Band 26. Isn't Band 26 the one that they're giving up in the merger to Dish? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. But yeah, I guess Band 41's magic, bro.
Oh yeah. It's a fine walk on the beach, a picturesque mountain sunset.
Pete, you're a G, bro.
It's
right,
like
so we'll see if Carlos can make it in. I went ahead and I sent that over.
Splashing over the shore on a relaxing evening as the sun drifts over the ocean horizon.
Band 77. What are we talking about here?
How are you following California? California isn't behind the merger.
Right. Doesn't AT&T have massive MIMO by now? Yeah, they've had it for a while. Carlos, it should work on your mobile. You should be fine. Batman, get the Note 10 5G or the OnePlus 7T 5G. I agree. If money isn't a thing, if you're going flagship, go ahead. Either one should work, I think.
Your Note should work fine. I don't know about the iOS compatibility. You just can't start a StreamYard.
Is that confirmed? Daniel, not to call you a liar or anything, but is that confirmation that we will have a buy one, get one on the 5G devices? If so, Pete, we're getting one.
Are we going to have to add lines, though?
No.
We'd have to cut your line and get one for your wife.
Bruh.
No, a new line.
But why? The Note 10 Plus, no 5G. Well, if you're going to buy a Note 10 Plus and you're with T-Mobile, it makes sense to get the 5G one because the Note 10 Plus by itself is $1,100. I mean, it's just $200 more to get 5G access. I say it's worth it. You're going to be financing it anyways, right? Oh God, Mark is tripping, bro. I'm not staying up all night, bro. I got work tomorrow.
I got work tomorrow too.
I know, bro. I got a JOBB. You know how it goes.
Yeah, all day, every day.
All right, Joeseph. Worst case scenario, the merger is delayed, but it gets approved anyways. Let's say it goes to the Supreme Court, Pete.
I'd say worst case scenario, Verizon gets in and becomes a monopoly, and we're like,
why? No.
New York. Worst
70,
case
70 equals 71. Okay, got you.
So
see, that's what I'm talking about, Maverick. The band 41's legit. I can't really speak to the other two bands because they don't impress me.
Hey, what's up? Can you guys hear me just fine?
Are you driving?
What's up?
Carlito.
Hey, what's up, man?
Are you driving?
Bro, did you hear about Nevada today, bro?
Bro, I mean, I was hearing a little bit about it, man, but like I said, whatever. We always somehow go with California, man. Like if California has a doubt in something, Nevada somehow will create a doubt too.
Yeah, but they've gone ahead and they've abandoned the block, and now they are on the pro side of the merger.
Does this mean it'll be Cali?
Right now, even though they're pro, watch when something happens, it's ridiculous.
You got a bit of wind there, man.
What's up?
You got a bit too much wind.
A little windy.
Oh yeah. It's dude. We're probably gonna get a snowstorm or something. They're talking about.
I have one right now.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's pretty chilly today over here.
Yeah, so Daniel's even saying it. He just wants faster speeds. It looks like he's a patient enough man. I'm sure he's been a customer for a while, but he deserves more. You know,
So are you
Rafi's
saying?
talking about battery life.
So Carlos, you saying Nevada's going to still oppose the merger, or is California going to flip?
Usually how it goes is, since right now California is anti-merger, they're siding with New York. Maybe Nevada might get, see their point of view and maybe follow in their direction. Like, that's usually how Nevada always plays out. Like, they'll see some California point or something, and then they'll follow suit.
Nevada says they're allowing union protections. They have to allow union protections. They want longer price locks. They want more rural access. They want more mobile broadband access with Connect. They want good low income stuff. Think that will be enough to move California?
Here in Nevada, union is number one because everything's union. I was union at my job before they terminated my position and I was forced to an early retirement. So
now you're self-employed.
And the union backed me up. If it wasn't for the union, I'd be unemployed right now.
You wouldn't have that retirement money.
Exactly. I wouldn't have a check coming in every month at the age of 35.
Your attorney general in Nevada is a minority. So
yeah.
I feel like he was in a position to represent the people well in a situation where, like, it's about future protections and employment.
Yes, but if there's no union backing anything up here, it's very hard to convince without union, because everything here is union. A lot of, like, casino, even the casinos, position in the casino has a union.
Right. I think that's what got the deal done, Pete. I think that's why. I think that was the big kicker. I think it was the unions, bro.
I only have two big issues with Colorado, and they're both somewhat political. The Tabor and the fact it's a fire at will state.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Because
Let me pick up some food real quick. I'm almost done. I'm just picking up some Philly cheesesteaks right now real quick.
Good stuff, bro. Yeah, I'll tell you, like, my first job out of college, like, my employer had it was in the contract. They could fire me any day.
Yep.
And, I didn't have a union. I took a job at a charter school, but that was the only job that was offered to me. There were no positions. Like, me coming out of college, when I first started my education, there were job opportunities, and then there was a bit of a rut and there were layoffs in Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
And then the bounce back happened about 5 years after I started teaching, which is how I ended up moving a couple of times from inner city Cleveland, urban Cleveland, to better paying positions, suburban. But
sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. Man. But being part of a union is like, it's a very comforting opportunity. You don't feel like you're going to work like they might fire me just because they don't want to pay me anymore.
Bro, the union, like I was telling you, bro, the union backed me up, man. I was working at the Las Vegas Review-Journal for almost 18 years, bro. And then my position got eliminated. One day, Steven Alderson, that owns the Sands Casinos, took over the RJ. And out of nowhere,
but he didn't single anybody out. He was just like, "Yo, let's get rid of a couple hundred people, right?"
Yeah, let's get rid of the circulation department, the circulation managers, which was me.
Oh,
yeah. And then, bro, like, I told them, like, what am I gonna do for a job? They're like, well, we can put you in the company somewhere. You're just gonna have to wait until a position becomes available that suits you, what you're used to, like your qualifications.
Which could have been 6 months.
Yeah, I would have just been waiting unemployed, and hopefully I would get an unemployment check.
Right.
And my union backed me up, my union rep, and got me a deal where they considered me as 20 years. They kind of, because I was so close, they pushed me. So I got the 80%, and that's it, bro. As of January 8th, on my birthday, I became retired, bro, and that's it. I'm done.
So you settled that, and then you just kind of moved forward with your investments.
Yeah, and that's it. And it was thanks to the union, bro. That union works, man. telling you, they back you up, and that's what Nevada's really, really strong about is union.
No union, there's a chance he'd still be at the soup line.
Well, that's the thing.
Pretty
I think that was the deal breaker. I think as long as T-Mobile allowed that, and I think every state should follow. If you're going to make a deal with the new T-Mobile, then it's got to be a union involved.
Exactly, because then that right there will convince, for sure, will convince Attorney General, man. Because think about it, the union backs everybody up at the end, so you know that nobody's
what the holdup is. Aren't they protecting the CWA's interest?
Exactly. That's basically what we're waiting on.
I try not to make it a fully political issue, but that's one of the things about Democratic Attorney General. They support unions. So if you're T-Mobile and Sprint in this merger, you're like, yeah, we can do that. I mean, that's going to expedite it. You could see every deal that's gotten done either involves 5G or union.
Or both.
But man, I just hope that hopefully I just hope this merger does happen. I hope Nevada does not end up flipping and turning like California and New York.
No, they've gotten an agreement. That's it.
Okay, so it's on lock for sure now.
Oh yeah, this is it, bro. That's it. When they come out and make announcements and make official press releases, that's it.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to watch everything. I've been been busy on the road all day, but I heard something about it. But that's good though, man. At least that gets us closer.
Oh yeah.
Because I was scared that we were gonna flip to that end to California then, and if we do, man, then that would have sucked.
And the closer...
Well, Nevada's a big state, but like Texas was a big flip, I think.
Yes.
You think about Texas, that's AT&T country. That's that's a Republican state. So it was a huge win. I think Letitia James got to be tripping right now. She's like, man, we lost 2 states in one day, one of them being Texas, the only red state we had, and the other being Nevada, who actually, if you look at Nevada's concessions in their deal, they did a good job of getting a bunch of stuff out of the merger.
I think so far they won concessions.
It seems like everything that Nevada did in the concessions is what the attorney generals, what they want, New York and California. So I think they're next, bro.
I don't know why Letitia James just doesn't swallow her pride and just makes a deal.
Bro, I'm telling you, she can't shake the CWA until, if T-Mobile, like Pete said, if T-Mobile is to come out and say the entire thing is going to be unionized, I think they back off. I think California backs off immediately, and I think they reach a settlement. And guys, I'm not going out on a limb. This is a legit possibility. We may see like a December 6th, 7th, or 8th deal before court starts. Seriously.
Yeah, because she knows that.
What if there's no states left?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Just California and New York.
I mean, even though they are a big majority state, but it doesn't matter. It's the fact that if they're the only ones left, what's going to happen? They're going to have to come into an agreement. They have no choice.
No 5G for New York.
Who cares? Who cares? Don't give them 5G. If they don't want it, we'll take more of that bandwidth.
Yep. New York could get bigger.
She should. John should turn off 5G for one day in New York so the customers can feel the strain.
Neville should turn off 5G and 4G for one day in New York.
Oh man, they'll go crazy.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, name a place that needs it more than New York.
Yeah.
I mean, millimeter wave, New York, T-Mobile could even justify millimeter wave due to congestion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just want to say, and you could tell me if you agree, Carlos, this is all Sprint's fault.
Yeah, pretty much.
See? You see?
This is all
Sprint's fault, bro.
Don't get me wrong. Just because I see good stuff out of Sprint doesn't mean that I'm 100% backing them up or anything, man. There's a lot of bad business decisions by them, and because of them, because of their bad business decisions, this is why they are in the position that they are. And we just need somebody that can take a hold of all those allocations and all that bandwidth and everything and put it to good use. And that's it. Make a better fight.
Raffy, what did you do to Tom Tom? Oh, you put him in timeout. What did Tom Tom say?
He must have said CDMA or something.
Okay.
I mean, CDMA is a thing of the past, man. It was good while it was there. It was great, and that's it. You know.
Give you some crisp phone calls, but when the CDMA dries up, you have no phone service.
Exactly. But don't get me wrong. For its time, it was good. But that's it for its time.
I agree with Maverick. I think Texas should have gotten more out of the deal. I think they could have squeezed the hell out of them.
Oh yeah, they
I think they could have gotten more than what Nevada even got. I think they should have gotten the unions. I think they should have gotten the 5G extended. I think they should have they should have gotten more for broadband. But in my opinion, I think they don't want broadband getting, or else they would have put that in there. You know.
I think what is it, Verizon Fios?
It's an AT&T state.
They got the Uverse, and then I know they got Verizon Fios out there somewhere in Texas too, right? Or am I wrong?
They do. Adika, do you have Fios near you?
Mark Garcia is asking Carlos, do you have any opinion or experience with Dish Network?
I have actually Dish Network at my house.
Do you get service in the snow?
Do what?
Do you get satellite in the snow?
Yeah, bro, it works on everything. Actually, it works a lot better than DirecTV. That's for damn sure. And at least
it's DirecTV, bro.
I had DirecTV for 2 years. The biggest pain was when we had like 6 inches of snow, and I had to go out to this remote part of my house and beat the snow off the dish to get service.
Oh, no, out here.
Yeah, bro. Pete's a violent guy, bro. He had to work it all out in therapy.
Oof.
Yeah,
but I mean, with the thing I like about with Dish is my price is locked, man. My bill has not gone up in the last 5 years. It hasn't. It's been the same. That's the good thing about it.
Is it snowing in Vegas? Is that like a real thing?
It's going to.
it snows in Vegas.
Yeah, they're saying it's supposed to like tomorrow, either tomorrow night or Wednesday.
What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? You guys staying local, or are you guys going to be doing some traveling?
Just here at home. What about you guys?
I'll be local, man. I'm staying home is home for me, bro. I love it. You know, the time with the fam and just chilling and not being tied down to any work or anything. It'll just be nice to be off.
Got some curried mashed potatoes, and mushrooms.
Bro, you got 4 types of potatoes on Thanksgiving. You got sweet potatoes. You got twice baked potatoes. You got garlic mashed. You got all types of scallop potatoes.
Bro, this is
all rotten. Come on, bro. All right, Carlos is gone. Well, see you later.
Oh, he's not over to a computer.
Oh, okay.
Did the camera flip? What video? Oh, there we go.
Carlos, you back? All right.
Nope.
Carlo.
So, when do you think the iPhone SE?
Carlos, stop it.
What's going on?
Not much. You're cutting in and out, bro.
Oh yeah, that's because I try to switch to flip the camera to show you guys what the wife is getting brewed up for Thanksgiving.
She's already working on stuff. Okay.
She's already working on stuff.
Right. I feel like that's the way it's done, bro. You got to prep stuff. You know, you can't just do everything last minute.
I don't know.
I don't have my red wine for Thanksgiving.
Oh, no. Well, I may have to go out of the house sometime in the next 48 hours.
Yeah.
My town is getting 3 feet of snow.
What?
Just asking.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. It's there. In Tempe, Arizona, got snow today.
Sneed's got the lake effect.
Yeah, but it hasn't really been cold enough yet. We had a couple cold days, but patient.
In was it February of this year, there was snow in Vegas throughout the whole month of February.
Bro, you're on the keto diet, Matt Dub. That means you can have turkey
and mayonnaise.
That's ew, dude.
Hey, bro, if I
turkey
switch
and
over
mayonnaise
to the computer, is it easy just to click the link again?
Yep.
Yeah. Just go ahead and open it up and do your thing.
Okay.
All right, bro. Wait, yeah. Why was Tom timed out?
He said the C word.
Oh, come on, guys. Tom
I
is
didn't-
Tom is one of the original OGs of the live.
Tom, if you manage to be able to jump on the Patreon for as low as $1 a month, we can make it so Raffy can't time you out.
Make him a moderator.
Yeah.
Fight fire with fire, bro. Yeah, I'm not surprised Lake Tahoe is getting all that precipitation, man. 400 inches a season? That's crazy, bro.
So I got a Costco pumpkin pie I'm gonna be enjoying.
Bruh, who does cheesecake on Thanksgiving?
Is it New York
that
or French cheesecake?
Is that a thing? Bro, pumpkin pie.
Yeah, from the
You know?
Costco.
Yeah, man. Everybody's surprising me, bro. I never heard of some of this stuff. Next thing you're gonna tell me Big Macs are for Thanksgiving.
No. It's Chinese food. On Christmas.
We got snowflakes in Texas. All right, Maverick is questioning the manhood of the people in Texas.
I don't get it.
He's calling them wimps, bro.
Oh.
They a little bit of cold weather. It looks like they start tripping.
Their double lane trucks start sliding off the road despite the fact it's still 3 Celsius.
Bro, they've had some crazy pileups from some of those trucks losing control.
Yeah, I know.
Robert eats Chinese on Christmas.
Chinese food or Kentucky Fried Chicken on Christmas.
Fried chicken, huh?
It's Japanese.
Fried chicken is Japanese?
KFC had an ad blitz in Japan, so you have some Colonel for Christmas, and they dress him up as a Santa, and people order fried chicken, and they get like 60% of their Japanese revenue on Christmas. It's pretty cool.
See, Tim's talking about how he's going to be working on Thanksgiving, so he's going to be killing some Big Macs. Just supersize it, bro. That's all.
They don't have supersize.
They don't do that anymore?
Don't let me get the hose.
Here we go.
Bruh.
Here we go. We're back to normal.
Okay. What do you got us on, a selfie stick or something?
No, it's my laptop on my MacBook.
Oh, okay. The video's
At
not
least a
bad.
little bit more mobile.
Right, the video's not bad.
This is all off Verizon right here. Off the hotspot.
I wonder why it's locking up randomly.
No, I just linked up with my computer. Like all my house internet runs off of Verizon hotspot modem.
Why, you don't have a better option over there?
Bro, cock sucks, man.
He needs
You're
T-Mobile
lying,
home
bro.
internet, like we were saying.
Bro, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, bro. I will go T-Mobile home internet the moment it becomes available. They just got to get more of the Band 71 going.
I wish it was available here, man, but this is the best option right now besides going to Cox. And then what? It's a shared connection. Depending on how many people in my neighborhood are connected.
Well, that's not the problem. The problem is just the failed connection. Like, you're gonna disconnect every 5-10 minutes, and you're gonna bottom out. You're sharing a line. Like, all that sounds terrible.
Fine. So, one hub controls at least 200 houses. So think about it. Everybody's connected at the same time. Your speed's cut in half. So
But they'll straight up lie through their
you're
teeth,
getting like
bro.
150.
But they'll straight up lie through their teeth and tell you they're gonna give you this and that and the third.
Jamil gave us a sticker chat with a sunglass smiley face.
Where is that, bro? I can't see that.
It's a sticker. You don't see stickers.
Bro, what's up with that?
I wonder why they haven't adapted to that yet.
Yeah, the StreamYard doesn't do the stickers, bro. Wait,
No,
you said it was Jamil?
Tested it before.
Yeah,
I can't even see that Jamil is in here. It doesn't even show that he exists.
Nope. He just said hi with the smiley sticker.
Thanks, Jamil. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for the sticker.
Well,
I wish
that's
Yasmin was
crazy.
awake. I could show her the sticker, bro. She loves stickers. Carlos, you got any little ones, bro?
Any what?
You got any little ones? Any kiddos?
Nope.
I got
All
one.
grown
man.
up.
Yeah. Oh, your kids are all grown?
Yeah.
What are we talking, man? We talking when you say grown, what are we talking? 20s?
16.
19.
Oh, okay. So they're like college age.
Yep. That's
Are
why
they
I know I
paying-
feel you when you said it's expensive. I feel you.
Well, now, I mean, soon enough, you're gonna start getting to play with grandkids, man. Once they're ready to make that family move.
Hey, 19. They've been old enough for 3 years.
No, not
Bro,
yet. Don't make the same mistakes.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, don't make the same mistakes, but
everybody says that, right? And then things change.
Exactly. That's
So,
always how
Carl,
it works.
Mark
up?
Garcia is wondering, do you think Dish will be a good fourth carrier?
That's going to be a hard one because with the wallets being so tight with this guy, I don't know.
Bro, Charlie's I don't even want to say it on here, but Charlie, he'll milk an ant, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
If
how
he-
much milk are you gonna get out of an ant? You know.
Hey, but I can give him props. He probably could sell ice to an Eskimo. That's for sure.
Yeah. I kind of wonder, like, did the stars just align that they had all that spectrum bottled up, and the FCC's like, all right, we got to get that freed up. Let's just get this done and over with, and hopefully in 3 years they can just move on.
Otherwise, Verizon might want to buy it.
I'm surprised
Maybe it was
Verizon didn't
planned.
find a way to close that deal out, bro.
I know, right?
Maybe this was all planned. You never know. Maybe since they saw
Planned for
Sprint
who, though?
failing a long time. Maybe since they saw Sprint failing a long time ago, maybe they started those doors. Never know.
Well, Dish tried to buy Sprint.
Yep.
Like they actually they were in legit talks on purchasing. I don't know with what money. I don't know what partnerships Charlie Ergen had, but he wasn't going to
I think they
mortgage
had-
the future of a failing TV business on it.
I mean, it wouldn't matter if it's failing. Might as well mortgage it. Take the risk. If it fails, let them take it away.
Then Verizon could buy it up in auction,
Exactly. Or T-Mobile.
or both.
All right. Well, my goal was to be on it for an hour. We're an hour and a half in. I don't know what we're expecting the rest of the week. I guess potentially other states could flip any moment. So tomorrow there might be another one, or I could see potentially something Wednesday, and then maybe who knows, the Friday after Thanksgiving, the Saturday. I mean, I don't think stuff could happen on the weekend, but you never know. Like starting off Monday, we might have another state. My goal is to follow this story. Obviously, I've been trying to keep in touch with the merger. I mean, Pete, we followed this every step of the way, right?
Oh yeah.
And I try to do my best, but bro, like legit, I'm at work and this crap is happening. And like, I legit pass up on my lunch to make the updates. Like
Hey,
I literally put my lunch on hold. I make the video, I film it, and then I edit it, and then I upload it. And I got 5 minutes to scarf down at lunch,
Hey, Sebastian, check us out on the replay. You've missed more than an hour and a half.
Oh, okay, thanks for the correction, Maverick. Dish wanted to buy Clearwire, not Sprint. Okay. I knew it was something. Something was going on.
So
Pete, you know what we should do?
tell them about my news.
Pete, go ahead. Tell them about your news, bro.
Let's see. Thursday, December. What day is it? 12th. I'm going to be presenting a poster at ASAC 2019 for 75 minutes in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Oh wow.
Pete, are you gonna live stream any of that?
Wonder if I can.
I was gonna say if you want, I can just set up a live stream. I'll get you up here on the StreamYard and you can kind of do your thing. Set up a tripod or something.
I mean,
So I'm technically still an undergrad, and I get my first first author publication.
Let
Well,
me
Pete,
know,
you should
Pete.
be able to.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Congrats, bro. You should be able to though, because over there, T-Mobile is really strong. I got
yeah,
right now. One of my friends is out there.
71.
Can you speak to this, Carlos? Tahoe, California.
Where's
T-Mobile, not bad, not bad. T-Mobile over there in Lake Tahoe, but Verizon is going to be the better option up there, just because it's very rural.
So they're low.
Yeah, it's very rural over there, very mountainy. I would say if you're gonna switch to Verizon for now, and then give it about, I say 6 months. In about 6 months they should have band 71 up there, and then you can make the transition over.
A lot of congrats for you, Pete. Ricky's going live this Tuesday at 4 p.m. Ricky, I think what we'll do is I'll probably put it in my community tab. I'll tweet it out on my Twitter account. We'll try to promote it as best as we can. Let's continue this conversation in the Discord. I'm gonna just close out the live stream for now.
Okay.
I do want to thank all the contributors here to the podcast. Big thanks to Pete and big thanks to Carlos for coming on tonight. Thank you to all the moderators. Yeah, thanks for being here, bro. Making yourself available. Thank you to the moderators. I did see Jamaal briefly, the super chats, the stickers. Thank you, Ronald. I know there were other super chats too. Troy. It doesn't like store them. Like I can't see a lineup. So if I didn't mention you, I'm sorry, but I do thank you guys. Faye, I know you made a couple of super chats. Thank you for that. Big shout out to those that liked the video. If you haven't liked it yet, please do that now. And if you have like a social media, platform that you could share it to, that would be great. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. That would be greatly appreciated. Huge news today, right? Huge news from T-Mobile. They just keep flipping states like flapjacks, and the states are dropping like fries.
States, man. I want more union states.
Hey, we're following it. I'll keep you guys updated. You're definitely going to be in the know when you ride with the SMT. So thank you guys for watching. Any closing remarks from the gents?
Me getting published is all Sprint's fault.
Yeah,
it's all Sprint's fault. Everything. Pour it on, bro. It's all Sprint's fault.
Yep.
Make America great again, bro.
Also, shout out to AT&T. 35 cents to send a text message to Zurich.
That's what they're charging?
Really?
Yeah. It's free to send and receive on T-Mobile.
All right. And on that note, it's all Sprint's fault. I am the SMT, and we will see you guys on the next one.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.